Kyle Gordy is returning to the 90-Day Fiancé franchise after his problematic stint in 90 Day, Love in Paradise and Unsure of It. Kyle is an accountant by profession, but thousands of reality TV viewers who had the misfortune of watching his season with Annika Ani Phillip know that he has a hobby of donating sperm. Annie invited Kyle from Los Angeles to meet her so they could explore their relationship in person after having spent most of their time chatting online. I watched as Ani struggled to come to terms with the fact that Kyle was a sperm donor. Interestingly, she had met Kyle because she wanted a baby. Kyle claimed he offered his services for free. I was grossed out by his saying it was up to the woman to decide if she wanted to try the natural or artificial insemination method, even though the method he preferred was anyone's guess. Kyle had fathered 71 kids and had 9 more kids on the way during filming. However, there was more to Kyle's story that I learned from the internet. Annika was a 39-year-old single mother who had contacted Kyle on Instagram in early 2023 to seek his services. Annika is originally from Germany, but was living in Malta, where Kyle flew to meet her in person. Annika had noticed a spark between her and Kyle that I, as a viewer, failed to see on camera. Annika claimed she was chatting with Kyle for hours at night before bed. When they finally met in person on the show, Annika had to face the shocking reality of Kyle. She came to know that she was not the only woman in Kyle's life. Annika did not want Kyle to perform an in-person insemination because they were now in a committed relationship. However, he had done the deed just a week before he met Annika in Malta. Considering Kyle was just doing his job, which Annika knew very well about since she was going to be his potential customer, he hadn't really cheated on her, in his defense. However, Annika was left feeling disgusted because Kyle had lied to her. She also didn't like that Kyle was not courteous towards her. Annika already got the ick when she watched Kyle eating messily on their first date together. Kyle had also devised a point system where he could determine the progress in their relationship. He made Annika earn his love by accumulating points. He couldn't kiss her until she didn't get enough points. I came across an article by NI Post that features Annika being interviewed about Kyle, where she mentions that Kyle showed up in sloppy and gross clothing and adjusted his balls in public. Annika broke up with Kyle after 8 months because he didn't want to stop sleeping with other women to donate his super sperm. Kyle's actions towards Annika made it clear to me that he had no interest in dating her. He might have just entertained her because he would later sign up for the show and promote his so-called services. Kyle had explained in detail how he got women pregnant and how he had come to have 71 kids by the time he had filmed the show. Kyle has been making headlines in media publications all over the world for years and has been in the news for all the wrong reasons too. I came across Gababoldi 1213's post on Reddit, which gives a summary of what was revealed about Kyle on it. Kyle is supposedly an admin of a Facebook page called Kenya Sperm Donors, which has men with a goal to mass donate sperm, specifically in Africa. These men have written in the group that their goal is to bleach Africa with their mighty Caucasian seed. In July 2022, NZ Herald reported Kyle Gordy was detained in Fiji on his way to New Zealand, where he planned to do a donation tour to create Kiwi babies. In March 2023, Kyle was interviewed by NI Post, where he expressed an interest in starring in a reality TV show where women who want to be mothers would vie for his sperm. While Annika did help him achieve his reality TV dream to an extent, Kyle, who I want canceled for his antics, might return for a new spin-off easily. There have been cast members like Angela Deem or Big Ed Brown in the past who fans wanted nothing to do with, yet have returned for spin-off after spin-off and laughed their way to the bank. Kyle was advertising himself on the show using 90 Day, Love in Paradise as a platform. Cast members from the said spin-off, like Danielle Gates and Johan Geronimo, have since starred in multiple shows, and Kyle could make a comeback because he wanted to find love. Perhaps it's a good thing since what Kyle has been doing needs to be called out, and it would happen only if more people found out about him through a show like 90 Day Fiancé, which could raise awareness about him and others like him, so fans know who they need to stay away from. 90 Day Fiancé is a reality TV series that follows the trials and tribulations of non-U.S. citizens who travel from abroad each season to meet their potential spouses utilizing a K-1 visa. This 3-month visa is making headlines once again as he prepares to rejoin the popular 90-Day Fiancé franchise following his controversial and problematic appearance in 90 Day Love in Paradise. While many may remember Kyle primarily for his unorthodox side hustle as a sperm donor, his return raises numerous questions and concerns from avid fans and viewers. As an accountant, Kyle carries a professional image, but his reality TV persona leaves a lot to be desired. After all, those who tuned into his story with Annika Ani Phillip know that the journey was anything but ordinary. How did Kyle find himself in the spotlight of a reality TV show? It all began with his unexpected connection to Annika, a single mother from Germany living in Malta. Their relationship blossomed online, leading Annie to reach out to Kyle through Instagram in early 2023. Her intention was clear. She sought his sperm donation services, which Kyle had been advertising as part of his unique hobby. After extensive online conversations, Kyle flew to Malta to meet Ani in person, but viewers were left questioning whether the chemistry she felt was genuine or merely a fantasy. Annika's emotions and perspective were crucial to understanding the complexities of their relationship. Despite her initial excitement, Annie battled with the startling reality of Kyle's lifestyle as a sperm donor. While she had been drawn to him for his purported willingness to help her become a mother, the sheer number of children Kyle had fathered -71, with 9 more on the way during the filming, was overwhelming. What struck viewers was how Kyle seemed to operate in his own world with little regard for the feelings of those around him. Despite being informed up front regarding Kyle's background, Annika grappled with feelings of betrayal when she learned that he had engaged in donations shortly before their meeting. From her point of view, this was more than just a transactional relationship. It was supposed to be the beginning of something meaningful. However, Kyle's priorities appeared misaligned. He was keen on maintaining his donor lifestyle while navigating what he portrayed as a romantic connection with Annika. This duality created a rift between them, highlighting the fundamental differences in their expectations. One aspect of their relationship that particularly raised eyebrows was Kyle's peculiar point system, which he supposedly employed to measure the growth of their relationship. In his eyes, Annika had to earn affection through accumulated points, an odd and somewhat transactional approach to romance that quickly turned many viewers off. It was bizarre to witness Kyle's insistence on controlling the pacing of their relationship through this degrading system, leading Annika to feel undervalued and disrespected. Further complicating matters was Kyle's behavior during their initial date. Annika described his appearance and demeanor as sloppy and gross, even recalling moments when he adjusted himself in a public setting. Such conduct was unbecoming, especially as he tried to portray himself as a family-oriented man. Ultimately, after 8 months of disappointment and frustration, Annika chose to end the relationship when Kyle made it clear he had no intention of forsaking his encounters with other women for the sake of a committed relationship. Kyle's problematic behavior extends beyond his relationship with Annika. He has garnered a significant amount of media attention for his unconventional actions and statements. For instance, a Reddit user recently summarized unsettling revelations about Kyle's activities. Reports indicate that he manages a Facebook group aimed at coordinating sperm donations within Africa, with individuals there expressing controversial motives, some even suggesting a desire to bleach Africa with what they perceived as superior Caucasian seed. Such rhetoric is troubling and raises ethical questions about consent and the motivations behind sperm donation. Additionally, news sources have reported on Kyle's previous run-ins with the law, including an incident in July 2022 when he was detained in Fiji. This occurred while he was en route to New Zealand, where he allegedly aimed to conduct a donation tour aimed at creating New Zealand-born babies. His intentions appear questionable at best, and the potential consequences of his actions warrant serious consideration. During a March 2023 interview with NI Post, Kyle articulated his aspirations to star in a reality TV show specifically focused on connecting women desiring motherhood with his sperm donation services. This revelation may seem shocking, but it reflects a broader trend wherein individuals exploit reality television as a platform for marketing their unconventional pursuits. While Kyle acknowledged that his venture relied on the support and involvement of women, one must wonder about the ethics of such a program. as many fans of the 90 Day Fiancé franchise anticipate the return of Kyle.